Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to need your advice because the topic is around should we settle? Am I settling? And in general, I would say there are certain things that you should never settle on. One being choosing your life partner, another one being the comfort of your shoes, and maybe even another one being the clothes that make you feel comfortable or not. Like if they don't make you feel comfortable in any way or reflect your personal style, you shouldn't settle on those things. So I will say that recently I made a couple of purchases and I therefore made a couple of returns because they just did not work for me. But what I also want to do is talk through two items that I've been considering, and you need to let me know if these are things that you think I'm settling on, or if these are things that are totally legit and that I'm not justifying in my head, but these are going to be long-term good purchases. So let's go through first a couple of recent mistakes that I've made. One being I bought a Cezanne blouse and it was really beautiful. And the way that it was styled on the model is so gorgeous. Of course, the model is absolutely drop dead naturally gorgeous, and she's got the perfect skin tone, the perfect figure, the perfect hair, the perfect everything. And so the way that it was styled, if I recall, was she had it all the way unbuttoned down. So I don't know what I was thinking when I saw this and I ordered it, because I was like, first of all, I'm never going to wear a blouse like that, so that's completely unrealistic. But when I got the blouse, I can totally appreciate that it was a beautiful blouse. I tried it on and I was really torn because I really wanted it to work. By all standards, it was a beautiful blouse. However, it was more leaning towards a cornflower blue color, and I'm just not a cornflower blue color person. It just does not work with my skin tone. It doesn't work with my personal style. It's not what I feel comfortable with, and it really needed a lot of effort to fit into my wardrobe with other pieces. And so I really wanted to make it work. So I tried it on with a bunch of things in my wardrobe to see how I could style it and if I could wear it and keep it. And as much as these outfits were beautiful, it just took too much effort. It just took way too much effort, and I knew that if it was that hard to style and that I was putting that much effort and brain power into it, then it was not going to be a good add to my wardrobe. So in the end, I did send it back, and I'm glad I did. So I'm glad I didn't settle on that. It could be an absolutely gorgeous piece, objectively speaking. It could also look gorgeous on some other people, but if it doesn't work for you, then you have to listen to that voice. So I listened to that voice. The blouse did go back, and I'm glad it did because I just knew it was going to be too much effort. Okay, the second thing that I bought that I then quickly returned was a Louis Vuitton shawl. Now, I have always loved the Louis Vuitton shawls, so much so that I have ordered it before in the past, except from the Monogram collection. And when I got it, I didn't love it. It was just too icy and cold for me, and it leaned too silver, and I'm not a silver person. So that quickly went back, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna find one, but it's gonna be in the right color. And I thought, ooh, this is a beautiful color, red. And I'm kind of in the mood for red these days. I don't know why, I just love a pop of red. And so I thought this was the perfect color. I ordered it, and as soon as I put it on, I was getting Dracula vibes, and I was not feeling it. So that leads me into a very funny story and a fun fact about me. So back in 2001, I was in grad school getting a master's, and I also worked part-time as a server at a restaurant. And I was discovered by someone who I guess was looking for a certain type of model. And so I'm just going to cut to the chase and show you the type of model that I was. Yes, I was a Halloween model. So she wanted a certain look. I guess I had that look. So I will include some pictures of where I was an actual Halloween costume model. And I think I did like 3 or 4 costumes. That is me. You can understand why I was getting Dracula vibes and why that shawl completely reminded me of my scary costume days. So what's cool about this though is that not only was I in the catalog, I was part of the packaging, which is kind of cool. I do remember going into the store at the time and looking for my costumes, which I did find, but at the time it was really expensive. I think it was like $60 or $70 per costume, and I didn't have that kind of money back then. So I did not buy any of them, and I kind of regret it. I wish I at least have one of them, but at least I have the catalog, so it's fine. So anyway, that's the fun fact and funny story. You can understand why that shawl immediately went back, because it totally reminded me of being a vampire or a Dracula or a Halloween costume, and that wasn't the look that I was going for. So I quickly returned to that. However, in place of that, what I got instead was a beautiful shawl from Fendi, and this is this really beautiful, I wouldn't say it's minty green, it's more like a sage green. And it's got this metallic thread that kind of goes through. See how that looks? This looks so much nicer in my opinion. It goes much better with my skin tone. It's not that costumey vibe of Dracula, like a cape. And this can be worn through all the seasons, I feel like. So I thought this was a really perfect addition to what I felt I was missing in terms of a shawl and just the color tone. And you can see that there's the very faint FFs. So it's obviously logoed, but it's not in your face, and it's very subtle. And I really love that metallic threading that kind of goes through, because it kind of gives a little bit of shine, but not too much. So it's not the Louis Vuitton shawl that I've always wanted, but this I feel like really speaks to me in terms of color and texture and fabric and just everything that I was looking for. I'm really pleased that I got this. Fendi shawls also come with this beautiful dust bag. My sales associate was also really kind and sent through this cute little book about the peekaboo, and it's a nice hardcover book. And the first half of the book is in English, and then the second half of the book is exactly the same, but it's in Italian. So I just think this was a really nice touch, and one of the reasons why you should always go through a sales associate if you can. So here's where I need your advice. There are two bags that are on my wish list that I've also mentioned in my wish list video that I've been eyeing that I really want. One of them is a Dior bag, and I've mentioned that I really want something really artful from Dior, and I'm not too fussed about the silhouette of the type of bag it would be, but my interest lies more within the prints. And one of the things that I mentioned was Toit de Jouy. I love that print so much, and I know they come in the book totes, which I'm not a fan of, Lady Dior's or the Delight version of the Lady Dior's, and you know, even the saddle bags and things like that. So the Toit de Jouy print comes in so many different variations, but the price point of some of those bags are off the charts, really, really expensive. And I don't know that I really want to splurge with that kind of money on a bag for Toit de Jouy. Now, the only silhouette that I really enjoy the Toit de Jouy on is the medium Delight bag, which is kind of a variation of the Lady Dior bag. And it's so beautiful. And I know it also comes in the mini version, but I feel like you can't really appreciate the print on the mini bag because there's not enough surface area to admire that print on. So I almost feel like you're spending all that money to see the print, but you're not really getting too much of the print on show, which is really the beauty of the bag as far as I'm concerned is. So, and also the medium-sized Delight is a little too big and bulky because I've already tried that on before in the past. So the question becomes, do I get a shawl of the Toit de Jouy? And the shawl has enough surface area to show the entire print of Toit de Jouy. So you can drape it around your shoulders and you can really appreciate that. I guess the question is, am I compromising because I'm such a handbag girl? I love the idea of carrying a Toit de Jouy handbag. And if I get the shawl, am I settling? And is that eventually later on gonna feel like I haven't scratched that itch and then I'm gonna wanna get the bag anyway? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't want to have to purchase the shawl and then feel like, oh, but I really want the bag, and then go on and get the bag. But again, the main reason why I love the Toit de Jouy is because I love the print. And if I don't see enough of that print on the bag, then maybe the shawl is the right answer. I am curious about what your opinions are on that topic because no one wants to spend the money twice. So let me know what you think about that. The second bag I really, really want your opinion on, and let me know if you think I'm settling. So the original Louis Vuitton bag that I really, really wanted, that was on my wish list, that I've been obsessing over for a while now, is this beautiful mint green Capucine's bag. And it's the perfect color green. It has a beautiful interior. The handle, which I recently found out from one of you guys helping me out, was the kintsugi handle. It's this enamel, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful handle. It is so gorgeous. Everything about it is perfect. The size is the mini. I've tried on the size. It's really good for my frame. Now, the drawback of that is that because it has a divider on the inside, it's quite stiff, and because of the handle being there, I have heard it's quite hard to get your hands in and out and your things in and out of the bag. So from a functional standpoint, I don't think it's ideal. So that is the con of that bag. But the beauty of it is so, so gorgeous. However, Gucci came out with a bag. Now, I love the original Gucci Diana bags, but they're not something that I would ever really pull the trigger on until I saw the newest one come out, and it's a variation of the traditional Diana. And it's the Gucci Diana small shoulder bag, which I will throw up a picture on, but it has a bamboo handle. Now, I didn't always love the bamboo handle of the Gucci bags, and I know it's iconic and it's been part of a long history of Gucci, but as I'm getting older, I do love the bamboo handle. I think it is so different, so unique, and very earthy and organic and beautiful about it. So I have a really new appreciation for the bamboo handle. So that does not put me off. In fact, that's what I love about this bag. But when I saw it come out in the similar mint green color, I was like, I love it. And it has the bamboo handle, and it comes with 2 straps. So one of the straps is the exact same color as the body of the bag, but the other strap that it comes with is a deeper color green, and it's really used as an accent color, and I love it so much. I feel like that's what really brings it up a notch in terms of style and aesthetics of the bag. So I fell in love with it. Not to mention the size of this bag is a lot more doable for me personally than the original size of the Diana bag, as well as sort of the body of the bag. The body of the bag is a little bit more mushier from what it looks like. It's a little bit more spacious and just a little bit more functional than the original Diana bag. So I really, really love this. The problem with the Louis Vuitton Capucine's bag is that I don't think I'll ever find that bag. It is no longer available, so I can't get my hands on it. And certainly Louis Vuitton, we all know, comes out with tons of different styles and special editions and collections and things like that. So I am confident that they may come out with another kintsugi handle in a different type of variation, maybe even better than the original of what I was eyeing. Or do I get this Gucci bag in the Diana with the bamboo handle in the beautiful color that I'm looking for? I mean, it's a fraction of the price. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, they're all very, very expensive, but I do know that the Louis Vuitton Capucine's one is far out of my budget at the moment, and I would have to wait quite a long time before I would even be able to get it, because I can't just drop that kind of money anytime I want. The pros of the Capucine is exactly what I love, and it's so, so beautiful. The cons of that bag is it's so overpriced, it's not available, and it's not really that functional in terms of day-to-day use. It really isn't, and I have to be realistic about that. Now, the Gucci Diana bag with the bamboo handle has a beautiful, beautiful color, and I love it so much. And I love the strap that comes with it, the 2 extra straps, one with the deeper green color. Another pro is that it is much more affordable. Another pro is that it's much more wearable on a day-to-day basis, so it's really a no-fuss bag. The con is that it's not the Louis Vuitton Capucine bag that I originally wanted. But again, I can't get that one. So if I get the Gucci one instead, is that settling? I don't know. I don't know if that's settling. So I have thought about this for a couple of weeks, and I don't think I'm settling. But I do want to sit on it for a little bit longer before I make any decisions, and I want your opinion. I really, really need your opinion and advice. Do you think that if I get the Gucci bag instead of the Capucines at Louis Vuitton, that would be settling. Again, I want to think about things realistically because I know I can't get my hands on the Louis Vuitton Capucines one. I don't think I would ever buy a Capucines bag if I got this Gucci bag because I don't think there's another Capucine bag that just grabs me like that the way the original one did. So let me know your thoughts. Tell me what I should do. I don't know what I'm going to do about that bag. And I'm not in any rush to make any of these decisions. Obviously, it's not that serious. I'm curious to know what all of your opinions are. I think there comes a time where we're always kind of struggling with, okay, well, I can't get this, so maybe I'll just get this instead. And oftentimes, we kind of regret that decision because we're like, you know what? Just get what you wanted. Get the original. But if the original is not readily available, then you're kind of having to make different decisions. So anyway, that's kind of where I am on this topic, but let me know again your thoughts. Put them all in the comments. I really want to know what your opinions are, both from a logical perspective and an emotional perspective and a financial perspective, because that's real money we're talking about, and you know, it's nothing to be flippant about either. So let me know your thoughts and put them all in the comments. I really need to hear them. I really appreciate you watching, and if you enjoy this video, then please hit the like button. That really helps me out. And if you enjoy this video, then maybe go binge watch some of my other videos, and I will see you next time.